So after the first song, for the second song, you're just gonna sit. She doesn't do anything fancy, you just sit down, but I'm gonna do the hands up close so that you can see. So it starts with Ragukul Reet. For that, you're just grabbing and making 2 thumbs up. Your right hand is gonna go to the top right, and your left hand is gonna go to the bottom left simultaneously. So it goes Ragukul, grabbing something, Ragukul Reet, and then it goes Sada Chali Ai. So for Sada, you're just gonna put your hands, palms up, start in the middle, and you're going out towards everybody, and then bring it up. So Sada, and then for Chali Ai, bring it up. Then it goes Pranajaya, so left hand on your hip, right hand, you're just slashing through, making a diagonal. So you're gonna go 1, 2 with your left hand. So you go Pran with your right hand, Ajaye with your left hand, and then there's a small pause where she goes Paran, and then from there, sorry, give me 1 second. Ragukuri Sada Chali Ai, Pran Jaye Par Vachana Na Jaye. So after you do this step, you're gonna bring your hands towards your mouth. I just cup it. And then as you go away from your mouth, you're opening your hands. So 1, 2, and then when she says Najaya, you're gonna turn your hands with your index fingers up and just say no, shake your fingers side to side. The last step is just like when you were picking something up, you're gonna start with your hands at the bottom and bring them up, but this time you're standing as you do that last step. Once she stands up, the dance picks up its pace a lot. It is semi-classical, so it has like a fusion twist to it. However, for someone who's classically trained, you can see some of the minute details that are where it's not super clean. So I'll tell you exactly what she does if that's what you want to do, but I'll also tell you how to clean it up a little bit in case that's what you want to do as well. Okay, so first I'm just gonna go through all the steps for like one batch at a time, and then I'll put it to the words with you so you understand how fast or slow the steps are. So for the first step, her left hand is above her head. It's kind of just randomly there. To clean it up, you can either tuck your thumb in or make like a bird beak almost with your index finger and middle finger touching your thumb and the other 2 fingers up straight like this. With your right hand, you do have to make that same mudra. So your index and middle finger are straight, touching your thumb, and then the ring and pinky are straight forward. So however you choose to position your top left hand, and then your right hand is going to be like this with your elbow straight. The handwork is that your right hand comes out. So for the feet, you can do it several different ways. You can either jump forward and then jump back. The more traditional way to do it is to bend your left knee just a little bit, step forward on your right heel, and then bring it back. So 1, 2, but I think she jumps forward with it and then back. So that's first step is 1, 2. In theory, there's 1 beat here where you stomp your foot, jump forward, jump back, so it's a 3-beat count. 1, 2, 3. Okay, from here, you're gonna bring your left hand down to the middle. In terms of the hands, your right hand is gonna go across your body and open up into a flower. So it goes 1, come back to the middle, and then do the same thing on the other side. When you do that, your body is turning 90 degrees towards the side that you're facing. For the feet, your feet are just gonna go out into a point. When you turn, you'll be on your toes. So when I come, the first step is to the left. So my body's gonna face to the left. my right arm is straight in a flower, and my right leg is out. Come back to the center facing front, and then do the same thing on the other side, and then come back to the middle. From there, you're gonna take 2 either really fast spins or slow it down and do 1 clean spin. When you spin, your right hand is gonna go over your right shoulder and then just follow you. So it goes 1, 2, or just do 1 clean spin. After you finish that, your hands are gonna come up into a big circle. They're going to meet each other as if you're praying, and then you're going to bring them down into the center while she says J. Okay, so that whole sequence looks like this. You're in your starting position. It goes J Raghuvanshi, Ayodhya Pati Ramachandra Ki J. And now I'll do it to music because it is really fast. Okay, sorry, one quick correction. When I did this, that is the very traditional form of it. The way that she does it is she doesn't turn all the way, she just places her hands diagonal at a 45-degree angle. So after that first set, again, it goes Shriyava Ramachandra Ki Jai, or something like that. So again, instead of, you can either do this, which is the traditional version, or at a 45-degree angle. 1, 2, and you're gonna do 2 quick spins again. 1, 2. So after the spins is already the J part, but then there's like a little bit of pause in the music where she again does the same step about bringing your hands together and down with your hands folded like you're praying. Okay, after that, she starts with Tadaya Nadi. And she says it twice, so you're gonna repeat it to the sequence 2.5 times. But it starts with you bringing your hands up. The easiest way to do it is with your left hand to have your index finger out, and with your right hand to grab your index finger. So you go 1, and then after you do 1, with the feet, I hope you can see my feet, with the right foot, you're gonna cross it behind your left foot on the toes, and then come back. So it goes Tadaya Nadi, she steps and then steps back. Very minute, if you want, when I step, I kind of turn my hands so that the index finger is vertical, and then I come back to the horizontal place. So it goes Tadaya Nadi, 1, 2. Then from there you bring your hands back down to the center, and with your right hand, you're gonna put it out again like a flower. 1, bring it back. 2, stick your left hand out, diagonal back. The third time, you're gonna stick your right hand out facing the front, and when you bring it back, you're going to do a spin and your hand circles back. So that whole sequence goes 1, step, come back, 1, and I just step with it. 1, 2, 3, spin. And then you repeat. So again, hands up, cross your feet, uncross, step 1 to the right, step 2 to the left, step 3, I'm already starting to turn my body, come back to the center, and then the half part is you're gonna bring your hands up a third time. Okay, so bear with my bad singing. The way that it breaks down with the words is that you go Tadayana. For the is when you step back and up, and it goes Tadayanu or something like that, and that's where you go 1, 2, 3, and spin, and then it repeats. It goes Tadayana di Tirtana dirinu Tadayana. This is the third time, and then that's where you stop. Okay, from there it's like you're pulling back a bow and arrow when she says Raghuvar. For the mudras, your left hand, your index finger is covering your thumb. Your right hand, like almost like you're doing a rock and roll sign, except sideways, so you're like pulling back on the strings. Okay, so for that, it goes Raghuvar, and then I open both of them, let them go, so it's like you release the bow and arrow. So as you pull back on your bow and arrow, your left hand stays like this, your right hand starts with your left hand, you're literally pulling back your invisible bow and arrow, and with that, your footwork, your right foot steps back, and bend your right knee a little for to give it a beautiful look. So it goes Raghuvar. So after the bow and arrow step, you're gonna bring your left hand in. This time just tuck your thumb in to make it clean, or you can do this where your index finger is hugging your thumb. But either way, your left elbow is gonna be straight. Your right hand is gonna come forward, and then you're gonna bring it back in with using the wrist as you spin. So that sequence goes Raghuvar Tere, and then for Raha, you're just taking both hands and making a winding road as you take 2 steps forward. So 1, 2, and then for Nihari, your left hand is gonna be to your side with a soft bend at the elbow and the wrist. It doesn't need to be straight, just a diagonal. And you're gonna take your right hand, put it at your forehead like you're searching for someone, and you're gonna lunge to the right. So you're gonna do that whole sequence twice, and what it looks like is this. Raghuvar tere rahani hari, Raghuvar tere rahani hari. Then she goes Sato Janam Se Siya. So for that, you're gonna do 2 spins. With the spins, the way that she does it is she has both her hands out in a straight line. The correct way to do it, because it's a Kathak spin, is to have your left hand out, and basically you're making an L shape with your hands, and then you're gonna bring your hands in using your wrists. So 2 spins, 1, 2, and then from there, back to your Bharatanatyam bird beak hands, and you're gonna put your hand out to the top right, bring it back to the top left, bring it back to the bottom right, bring it back, and then bottom left, and bring it back. So that whole sequence should look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for the feet, you can either just bend each and come up each time your hand goes out, or with your foot, you can come up on your heel and bring it back each time your hand goes out. So that would look like 1, 2, 3, 4, or just 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're finally at the chorus. So it comes twice, so you're gonna repeat the whole segment twice, but it starts with Ghar More. So with your hands, you're gonna just make a roof above your head, and that's 2 beats. With your right foot, you're gonna cross in front of your left foot with a pointed toe just to keep it nice and clean, and then you're gonna bring it back. So it goes 1, 2, Ghar More, and then for Pardesiya, you're grabbing at something in the air in front of you with both hands and bringing it next to your forehead on either side. I call it like the Vava step, like Nazaru Darban or whatever. Hopefully you've seen people do it. So, and the footwork is the same, cross, uncross with your right foot. So that segment looks like Ghar More Pardes. Sorry, the Pardesiya is like really drawn out, so it starts like that. And then with your hands, with both hands, I'm gonna use my index finger to cup over my thumb. Just make sure it's not like an OK sign. The fingers are very tightly together. You're gonna bring them to the center with your elbows out so that they're straight. For the first part, you're just gonna like 3 small beats, like bring your hand up. So it goes like 1, 2, 3. And with that, you're just stomping your right foot very fast. 1, 2, 3, bring it back down. And then very gracefully, like you're waving your left hand, you're gonna spin, and as you spin, your left hand is going to do like a little wave at the wrist, okay? So that segment looks like Ghar More Pardesiya. Okay, next comes Awo Padaro Pia. So for that, your hands are just gonna go diagonal, like you're saying come here, but it's really fast, so I don't even think you get the chance to really do this. But it goes 1, 2. As you do that, the opposite leg comes out. So you go 1, 2, and then Awo. For Padaro, you're gonna interlock your hands. You're gonna dip down and spin over your left shoulder. 1, and as you dip down, you're bringing your hands up as you spin. So it goes Awo, Padaro. And then for Pia, 2 times you're gonna take your wrists and you're just gonna rotate and spin them around each other. And with that, you're just stomping with your right foot. So that looks like awo, padaro, pia. So the pia is drawn out. So from there, you're just gonna bring your hands straight down and then out to the side. As you do that, point your right foot so it kind of like falls down. I think the first time she does it, the left hand is up. The second time she does it, both hands are down at the bottom. So one more time, that whole sequence, and you're gonna do it twice, goes Ghar more Pardesiya. Awo. I think the easiest thing to do is just do it like a flower hand and flick of the wrist so it looks like you're doing something. But awo, padaro, pia. 2 times. And that's the end of Ghar more Pardesiya.